So, I'm gonna try to consciously keep my controller as far away from my mic as possible. I do apologize for the audible clicks in last videos there. It's kind of something I didn't really think was that bad at first, but then I realized, oh yeah, this actually sounds kind of grating, so I'll make sure to not do that. That was kind of an amateur mistake. Also, these things are more annoying than Pippies. These Chi Bees, get it? Chi Bee? They're Chi and they're bees, so Chi Bees. And the mother is called a Have Su Bee, which means have beehive bee, but, yeah, weird name. The egg is, that creates the little ones is impervious to damage, so you can't shoot it before it drops. And, they're usually over those, like, chompy things. So, I don't know what the name of those, like, floor tiles you saw earlier that, kept to chomp me were, called, but, yeah, for those reasons, I don't like them, I don't like them more than Pippies. Like, as in, I don't like them more. Also, good use of the top spin. Those, Monkings, I think they're a variant of the... I think they're called Monkings. I know they're a variant of the enemy of the Woodman stage. Like, they're both these guys and the enemies in Woodman stage are called Monkings. They kind of just, they'll try to hop around and stomp on you. Like, for instance, a really poorly done example, that would be this one right here. But, those other ones are not quite as easy to detain as that one, so if you have the top spin, I'd recommend using it. Now, I do sort of understand people's concerns about the top spins. Yeah, here's me trying to make it more useful. A lot of people complain about how the top spin kind of consumes an inconsistent amount of weapon energy. I don't quite know what determines how much weapon energy one use of the top spin will use, but I know that's something to do with the invincibility frames of the enemy that you're hitting. But whoa! I didn't know you could just. Okay, I know that was that whoa was a bit too late, but that Chibi, I didn't know you could scroll that off screen, or the Have Su Bee, as in like have a beehive bee. Also, this version of the Breakman fight is kinda a little bit harder. Well, I don't know about for most people, but I find it harder than the others. Just, I don't know, for some reason it looks easy to jump over him, but I just never do it, except for right this second, of course. Not right this second. I shouldn't. This is yet another case where I, thank God I tanked my way through that. I make it sound like that was like tanking, like as if like that was something skilled. That was not. Also, these things take much less hits than you'd think they would. Sorry, I'm getting a bit disjointed here. I'm too much to say and not enough time to say it, but that is actually going to get counterbalanced a little bit later on. I've scouted ahead a bit, and it's going to be later on. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble finding things to say, but I do have a few things planned. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, if I should... A bit of a schools of thought I've actually seen as far as but Let's Plays and videos in general, I think, entertainment in general, I should say, is, I guess, well, improv in general, is planning things out excessively versus letting yourself kind of, you know, go with the flow. Because, you know, you might want to be, like, as real as possible, but, at the same time, you could also do really Well, I'm really not voicing my concerns very well. What happens sometimes is that, I need to talk about Hardman. Make sure you, don't fire your, magnet missile to, you know, be careful with how you're firing it, which I'm not being careful. Because, if you fire it, those hard knuckles count as a target, so... Also in this version, although I didn't quite demonstrate it too well today, I like to be able to jump the first hard knuckle he shoots, then slide under the second for whatever reason. That's kind of how I am. But in the NES version, be forewarned, if he shoots one at you at ground level, you can't slide under one of his hard knuckles, so this fight's actually significantly harder there. I also find it a little bit more difficult to lead his shots somewhere. But there is a glitch that allows you to just stand on one side of the room and force his hard knuckles to go off screen, so that's something in your favor. Anyway, what I was talking about is sometimes when I just improvise something, oh, actually I need to discuss something else right now. These guys, I don't have any special weapons that are strong against them. They're all kind of have their own little rock, paper, scissors kind of mashup, so that's not what a mashup is, but Snake Man is the easiest with the Mega Buster. Anyway, getting back to that train of thought I was saying earlier, I sometimes will say something, then I'll find a reason to disagree with it. Like, I'll find a reason why it's wrong, and then I will not say it. Like I think of a reason why it's wrong more quickly than I actually say my thought, so I end up making incomplete thoughts, I find. Well, that's the problem. Ideally, that doesn't happen a lot, and sometimes it doesn't, but I try to keep that to a minimum in the takes that you see, but it's my main struggle, in my opinion. Also, I'm holding that controller up too close. Sorry about that. At least I can say that when I keep it at this distance, I don't see the in Audacity, I don't really... How do I describe this? In the program, in the little, in the graphic, I don't see the, how do I put it? The sound waves as, visible in it. I can't explain this. How about this? I can't physically see the, it doesn't register these, button clicks as significant, loudness. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when having half-formed thoughts, or expressing them in a half-formed manner, I should say. Also, I don't need to be fighting this guy right here, because what we have here, we have a strange, like, almost a precursor to Eddie. They give you a random thing if you shoot them. Thankfully, for Eddie's sake, we don't shoot him, but, in future games, but, if we, kill off this guy, come on, Hammer Joe. Yeah, for some reason that jump is a little more difficult to make in the NES version. Anywho, in other news, well, not news, I mean, I'm just kind of thinking of stuff to talk about in this stage that I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm gonna attempt to beat Elecman, and Wily War is Elecman, Buster only. And if I do, I'll record my successful attempt. I'll put my successful attempt on YouTube, not with, like, commentary, not as part of this Let's Play. I'm just gonna... Although if I do him, then I'll also have to be able to get Quick Man. And he is kind of tough, so maybe I kind of want to not take on the challenge for that reason, but I like to be able to take on Mega Man games, and sometimes I like to do the first, like, if you can select a boss first thing, then I like to be able to do it with just the Mega Buster. It's kind of nice having that, like, gives you a bit of a deeper understanding of how the fight works and whatnot, but, I kind of just find that fun for its own sake. But, with the Wily stages and what, or anything else that requires you to have, access to all the, other, like, the sections where they know that you'll have all 8 of the weapons, they're kind of designed so that you need to use them, so... That was a really weird malinformed sentence, but, malformed, not malinformed, Chris, but, what I recommend doing here is, standing on kind of the middle. It allows you to sort of jump his, little snakies. I'm evidently not doing such a great job at that, because, as you can see, but, I find it's, yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of any other way to express that thought. Wait, is it... I I guess now you might say to that, wait, so are you saying that that's it, or that there's no other way to express that thought? And I'm like, what's the difference? And you're like, well, one implies that there's nothing more to say, and the other, one implies that it's like, there's no more to say, and the other implies that you're failing. And I'm like, imaginary person, please stop. I know nobody looks at these videos, so I don't have to think that hard about it. That's actually not a very good attitude to have. But, no one watches these, so I can just do as poorly as I please. Oh, well, I find having quality just to be fun for its own sake, which may backfire on me if this video doesn't turn out to be a very entertaining one, but oh well. But so everything all the subjects that I had planned are I can no longer talk about. So, oh well, we're almost done. We're almost done the fight. Also, I could have used some of the special weapons I had here, but I forgot about that until now, so... Sorry, I'm just trying to see if they, if those button clicks are audible. But yeah, as I was mentioning, these next 3 Robot Masters all have their own rock, paper, scissors thing. And also, my headphones are acting a little strangely. It's like I can hear better in one ear than the other at the moment. And it changes depending on where I position the wire. Oh well, these are not headphones I normally use anyway, so it's just not a worry. It also doesn't affect you whatsoever, so... Oh, speaking of sound, I like this, you may notice that this, remix, sounds a little bit, a little bit in different key. No, it is not because of the Act Games, Ultimate Genesis Portable System, sound card doing that to all the tracks. This is specific to the, oh, I don't see why you would think it would be, since all the other tracks are perfectly in tune. But, this is, yeah, like, I kind of like the key change. I didn't really like the song that much in the NES version, but, dang, this is nice. I don't know what else to say about it, but, thankfully I don't need to. I forget the name of these cannons, but, also, I'm not doing a very good job at avoiding these obstacles. And I also accidentally did good there. Well, not there, but... Things are killing me much worse than they should be. I'm a little under-practiced, I find, right now. I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, okay, I know what it is. It's because, the gaps between me playing the last, episodes and me playing this episodes are kind of... gaps in time, I should say. Also, there are no instant death spikes in this stage. Not that I'm complaining. Now, for some reason, a big dilemma I usually have here is that I'm usually kind of low on health at this point, but I also want that E-Tank, so... Let's see if I can position these. Yes! The Magnet Missile, I find, is not that useful. It uses up a little too much weapon energy, I think, for what it does. But hey, it does, I guess, like the Top Spin, it has its specific uses. Anyway. So at this point, we're kind of in the close to where we need to be. Kind of in the final stretch. These guys don't take as many hits as you would think they would, being a relative of the kind of big guys. Thankfully, sliding under them also kind of helps you. Although I think they take less hits in the NES version. And I'm not going off of any official sources for that. That is just what I think. Oh, wait. Okay, this is going to be really embarrassing, but I just realized I made a total mistake. Gemini Man is one who's weak to Search Snake, not Needle Man. I feel really dumb here, but holy crap. He's kind of difficult. At least, thankfully, he's easier to do with just the Mega Buster in this Genesis version. Although not when you have as low health as I do right there. But especially since you also get an E-Tank in the stage, so that should help out. But thankfully that happened. But okay, I guess I'm gonna have to officially abandon any hopes of doing this in weakness order. But also, he's making me eat my words when I said he's easier here with the Mega Buster than in the NES version. Well, I do have some weapons like the Shadow Blade. That will do more damage, I hope. Actually, I want to see how many lives I have left, because I think, yeah, I'm on my last one. Well, I'm not doing... This stage gave me an E-Tank, so I don't really feel bad about... That's another thing. Originally, when I tried to do him Buster only, I kind of have a caveat that, you know, I could find an E-Tank in a stage, so if I could do the rest of the stage no damage, then I could use it kind of on him. Thankfully, in the S version now, I can... Well, it comes down to luck whether I end up beating him with just the Mega Buster, but I really cheaped my way out through that fight using an E-Tank. Since I said he is indeed easier in this version than the NES version. He's a lot slower, I think that's what it is. It's weird, in the NES version he's fast, he's defensive, and his attacks do a lot of damage. He has no weaknesses, and he's not predictable either. So, kind of just a powerhouse all around. Well, I feel really dumb, so... I'm not certain whether I want to whether I just want to throw this in or not, but maybe I'll do 2 just so I have in case some of you get entertained by this little mistake. But I'm used to doing Gemini Stage Man's ignore that. I'm used to doing Gemini Man stage kind of last anyway, so. These penguins also have exploding eggs, although you wouldn't know it by how quickly they can, by how you can sort of neutralize that before it even happens. I say as I get cornered quite easily. Oh well. I was just thinking how I really need to get practiced more with this game, but since I seem to be doing much worse than the other 2 games, and I think Mega Man 3's, most people seem to consider it easier than the other 3 anyway, so... Aw, dang, I thought I could slide under that, but that's not... I don't have a whole lot of advice for that section up there, just kinda... tank it. Oh, hey, Breakman, you gonna fight us? No? Well, that's oddly generous of you, and also... Oh, I completely messed that up. I knew you should... Try to hug one side. Don't do what I did and try to hug both at the same time. Because apparently it can't work. Also, I could have sworn in the NES version that you couldn't get up there with just the rush coil, but... Oh, no, wait, you could. I was thinking of something else, I think. But here's a section that's kind of a little bit tedious. You gotta shoot each one twice, pretty much. Yeah, just make sure you fire off 2 shots at once, because you don't want those guys hanging around. Also, we have kind of one of those eddy tanks up there. I shouldn't be calling it an eddy tank, but whatever. Funnily enough, actually, Needle Cannon's kind of helpful here, despite being weak to Gemini Man himself, but I think the main draw of Needle Cannon is that it's rapid fire. Also, they intend for you to use Shadow Blade for these kind of upward... I'm not phrasing things very well. These upward enemies. But, alright, let's see what we get. Thanks. I believe KJ Infinity said that he kind of intended it to be something where, with Eddie, that, you know, it's something you'll be surprised or disappointed at. He probably phrased that much more clearly than I did, but, anywho, we got a nice little, massacre going on here. Actually, I think a massacre in Let's Play is when you do poorly at the same thing over and over again, resulting in you being the one massacred, but technically every take you have, successful take, is a massacre because there's a ton of enemies and you kill them all through the stage of the stage, so... Dang, I wish I didn't run out of things to talk about this early in, but, oh, geez, I forgot to talk about this one. This one, you gotta kinda, take your time with this one. It is possible to, take some time away from shooting the penguin's blow to shooting the penguin's eyes up top, so don't go thinking that, you know, you gotta either do one or the other. You can do both. You can have your cake and eat it too. Throughout this one, I kinda used to think that you needed to be, just time those, jumps really well. But, so here's a section where Rush Marine kinda comes into play. I think this is the only stage with water in it, actually. Yeah, it is. This is, I find it's a little bit difficult to use here, though. You also lose it if you do this, so don't go thinking you know, you're invincible. As I know you think you would. That's what most people do, I find, in this kind of situation. But, actually, it's not all that difficult to do the stage with just Rush Coil, by itself. I say that as I, die, and I think this might be... Nope, that is. Okay, it's good. Anyway, I think I might want to wait and do a better take of this, where, you know, I'll practice this a little bit more, and then do it. That was not a sufficient... Why did I use Rush Coil there? But, getting back to topic, I may want to do... Maybe I'll leave both takes in. Oh, and that's still not a game over? Holy crap, I'm doing... This game is... Wow, I do not deserve this amount. I don't deserve this. Is just... I think that's the way to sum it up. I think I'll leave this in as sort of an alternate take, though, because I kind of like the commentary I made during this episode, but I'm not sure if it'll be enjoyable to the masses. Alright then, let's see if I can, lead this cockroach away from May. Oh wow, I saved super quickly there. Oh boy, and I get 2 E-tanks. That is something I forgot to mention. Gemini Man himself is not the worst boss to fight ever. So I'm not quite sure why you do constantly get so many, E-tanks in the stage. Well, constantly 2, but... Anywho, his weakness is the Search Snake, and, since I won't get to show it off yet, his, weakness, Needleman's weakness is the Gemini laser you get from him. So in the NES version, you kinda just jump and shoot. Like, as long as you do it at the same time, you're fine. And here it seems to be the same way. I don't know. Whenever I practice the Genesis version, since I'm not in... Because of Luckman and Quickman, I kinda gave up on the idea of doing, Wily Wars Buster only, so... I never tried this one, but, he jumps when you shoot at this stage, and you'll start firing the Gemini laser. Oh, as right there, as I... Anyway, So all in all, I'm not entirely sure if I'll use this as my main take. It's possible though that I might intentionally repeat the same points in the next take because I kind of wanna. I'm probably not gonna really think of that much original dialogue, but yeah, I'll do this. I'll put it here in the second save file so that it's all good. But if you're watching this in sort of if you're using this as your sole episode 2 out of 4, then you should be. Then for the next episode, we're going to be taking on. We're revisiting these 4 stages, and in the next episode, we'll take on a certain interesting foe that lies within each. So I'll see you then. And oh god, I just realized this episode may not have recorded. I may have done that stupid thing where you start when you start when you thought that you had stopped and stop when you thought you start. Oh, okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. It's also pretty okay. Good. It'd be pretty sad if I did that on an emulator of all things, but okay. Bye.